Hello, I'm Neil Patterson, Chairman of the Nantucket Land Bank. For the last 6 years, we've been working to restore and protect Nantucket's great ponds. Our partner, Bob Williams, Director of the Nantucket Pond Coalition, is going to give us an overview of what he's been doing. And we'd like to thank him for his support of the Land Bank.
Hi, I'm Bob Williams with the Nantucket Pond Coalition, and we're here today to celebrate the sponsorship of the Aquatic Harvester and to thank the town of Nantucket and the Nantucket Land Bank for their sponsorship of that event. This is a 4,500-pound paddle wheeler, 26 feet long, with a reciprocal cutting blade that moves through the water and harvests about 130 cubic feet a load of excessive vegetation. This vegetation grows and dies and decomposes on the bottom of the pond, reduces oxygen, increases nutrients in the pond, and slowly but surely turns the pond into a swamp. Eric, you've been a great partner for the Pond Coalition on restoring and maintaining the ponds. What are the current projects that the Land Bank is involved in right now?
Thanks, Bob. We started the pilot project on Long Pond to work with foliar spraying of Phragmites, and we're in our third year already. Wow, time flies. And so our hope is to expand to work on all of the land bank property on Long Pond, which would be a major effort, multi-year process. So that's probably since we've already started at Long Pond, probably the primary focus will be there, and then also going to My Comet Pond. We've been doing some purple loosestrife eradication there, as well as we are going to go after some of the pioneer Phragmites stands in My Comet Pond.
Great, and you part of the sponsor of today's harvester?
Yeah, I think we've partnered with the town of Nantucket to fund the harvester on Hummock Pond. So we're working on Long Pond, My Comet Pond, and Hummock Pond.
And so our working pilot program to clean the pond is ending. We harvested 8 acres and pulled 77 cubic yards, or over 22,000 pounds of excessive vegetation, and the pond is now one step closer to its original water quality. Let's hope for another harvest soon.
So the Nantucket Land Bank then turned their attention to restoring the shorelines of the ponds with a pilot project on Long Pond to test the safety of using foliar spray on invasive Phragmites.
We apply the herbicide as a foliar application, which means we'll spray it at about a 1.5% solution onto the leaves of the plant. The herbicide will then be absorbed by the plant, move to the root system, and provide systemic control of the plants. The application should be a relatively short process. Complete control won't be realized until the spring of next year.
So with the successful first year of Phragmites mitigation, the Nantucket Land Bank crew headed north of Massasoit Bridge to Nantucket Land Bank property on the eastern shore of Long Pond to continue the mitigation work.
Keith, I know we've got the Marshmaster with us today. How long do you think this job will take?
Well, the Marshmaster really increases productivity of this kind of work, can probably do upwards of 10 to 15 acres a day. So this project will probably take us only a few hours.
Once you've sprayed the plants and the herbicide goes down the phlegm into the roots and kills the plants, what happens next?
Yeah, so the next step of the process would be to return probably in mid to late November, really once the plants would have naturally senesced anyways after the first frost, and then actually cut the dead stalks down and mulch them and leave that material in place, really to help expedite the natural recolonization of native plants.
As the mulching work on Long Pond finishes, Nantucket Land Bank headed to the Gardner property at Hummock Pond and to My Comet Pond to commence work on restoring the shorelines of those great ponds. Here is a shoreline of the southeastern shore of Hummock Pond. The upper video is pre-restoration and the lower video is post-restoration 1 year later. Both images are of the exact same shoreline. As you can see, huge infestations of Phragmites 14 feet high and 30 feet deep give way to the natural shoreline of the pond, allowing the ecology of the pond to return to its natural balance. 90% of the life of the pond occurs in these new shallows. Fish eat minnows, turtles sun themselves on the shoreline, and herons and cormorants fish at the water's edge. The big project for Nantucket Land Bank in 2021 is the restoration of Kansu Springs. Here is a look at the area target for treatment in the fall of 2021. This will be a big job. As you can see here, the current infestation of the area precludes the views of the harbor from Orange Street and complicates eventual DPW infrastructure work in that area. Here is how it looks now. When the area is cleared of invasive Phragmites and knotweed, it will look like this, with the harbor visible from Orange Street and the bike path. And here is a look at before and after of the duck pond at the turn of Orange Street with beautiful Nantucket Harbor now in view. This will be a major restoration of one of the most visible parts of Nantucket. The Nantucket Land Bank, in partnership with the Nantucket Pond Coalition, will continue to work hard at restoring and protecting one of the key natural resources on Nantucket, our unique and fragile ponds. Future generations, like these little ones you see here, are depending on it.